Marcela Arrieta founded her company in 2014 out of the corner of her garage with the help of a GoFundMe account with a goal of $1,000. 8 months later, the first Whole Foods store picked up her products, and today she has expanded to 60 Whole Foods stores in California, Arizona, and Nevada.
A lot of people tell you that, or you read on the internet that you have to go to corporate. I totally skipped that. I said, I'm not going to get anywhere like that because you're going to get shuffled in everybody else. I skipped it all. I said, you know what? I have to get this in. I have a dream. I have a vision, and nothing's going to hold me back.
Now, Marcela runs the business out of a 1,300 square feet warehouse in Los Angeles, along with her husband, Pliñio, and 2 sons. Let's ask Marcela, ¿Cómo lo hizo?
Éxito.
Success.
Hábitos.
Habits.
¿Cómo lo hizo?
How do they make it?
Descubra las costumbres y secretos de los triunfadores.
Discover the habits and the secrets of those who have succeeded.
Marcela, thank you for being with us. And Pliñio.
Thank you so much for having us here. We're so excited.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here with you.
So Marcela and Pliñio are husband and wife. And tell me, what are you up at this point? What are you doing?
We're making some of the best soap ever. Some of the best soap to touch your skin.
Jabones, soap.
Sí, jabones for body, mind, and spirit, everything. Even dogs.
Amazing. So tell me more about it. Where are you selling? How is the business model?
Well, you know, we supply one of the largest chains in the country. For now, we supply Southern California, Arizona, Nevada, Whole Foods Market, and stores alike. And it's interesting because that was the first retailer to pick us up the first year that I launched the company. Isn't that cool?
That's amazing. So the first year, the first retailer. So it was difficult? Was it a matter of luck, or what happened?
You could call it luck. But I think when you have a great product and a great presentation and a mission behind it, it doesn't matter what door you knock on, people are going to resonate with that. And that's exactly what happened. I do believe in luck, but I believe more in working hard towards it and preparing yourself.
So it was difficult to get into Whole Foods?
I don't think it was difficult. It was challenging because you have to also look at one thing is, you're approved to come into Whole Foods. Fantastic. Let's, open the bottle of champagne. Let's celebrate. But then, you need insurance. You need this. Right. You need that.
Okay. So how long did it take you to actually, from the first time that you knocked the door on Whole Foods, somebody, there, to the acceptance?
It took a month.
A month only?
Month. And that's because they wanted to try the product first. The team members, they tried the product. A month later, I went back and they said, we love the product. We love what you're all about. We're going to send you to the next level up, which is regional corporate buying. And then from there, it took 9 months to jump through all of the hoops of the legalities and things like that.
So did you know anybody?
No.
You just went a cold call? How do you do?
Well, I was operating from a corner in my garage, and I said to myself, this product, I felt I knew, when they say you have a dream, you know what you have, so you try your best to make it happen. I said, what do I have to lose? The worst that I could say is no, and that's okay. So I picked up the phone, and I said, actually, as a matter of fact, 5 years ago to the day, in October, picked up the phone. I said, hey, I have this amazing product. I would like to come in. They said, well, okay, come on in.
So how do you find the name of the person? Or you just, how do you do it? Intuition? What?
When that person picked up, I said, hey,
How do you find you just called to any headquarters?
No, I called. I actually skipped that. A lot of people tell you that, or you read on the internet that you have to go buy the book. You have to go to corporate. I totally skipped that. I said, I'm not going to get anywhere like that because you're going to get shuffled in everybody else. I called my local Whole Foods in Long Beach.
That's amazing.
I skipped it all. I said, you know what? I have to get this in. I have a dream. I have a vision, and nothing's going to hold me back. So when they picked up the phone, I said, I have this product. Who do I talk to?
That's amazing. To the first person that picked up, you said, I have this product, and then what happened?
They said, come on in. We're doing inventory right now. Even like that, he said, we're conducting inventory, but. So when he said, but, I knew deep within me, I have it made. Now it's up to me to present a quality product and put on a show. And that's what I did. I put on a show and I was there.
How do you do it? How was the show?
I got the biggest, most beautiful basket at Michael's that said Harvest. I remember that, Harvest. And I packed it with so many products, the best products. I took it in and they were surprised just to see that basket. And I said, oh, by the way, you keep this. First impression is very important.
Right.
And a lot of those team members are forgotten. You know how much crap they get from customers on a daily basis? They need to be loved and pampered too.
So where did you learn that?
My background is in human resources. I was a human resources manager before I left my day job. And I really, really learned it. That was just a stepping stone. I learned it from my mother and my grandmother.
Now, I see a passion in what you're saying, because, if I want to do that and I am not into your product, that to me is going to be like impossible. So probably they saw that, that in your eyes or something. And do you think that's important?
That is very important. If you have a creator and they don't stand behind their product, how do you think you're going to come across to that potential customer if you don't believe in it?
So
they know.
Absolutely. So what happened? They told you, you gave the basket, and then what?
They said, call in a month. And I was patiently waiting a month. But I didn't stop there. I was knocking on other people, on other companies' doors at the same time, small mom and pop shops. And some of them picked us up. I want to say 100 doors that I knocked on, only one door kept opening.
Is that the ratio, 1 to 100?
That's the way I saw it personally. It could be different for other people, but for me, that's the way I saw it. Up and coming company, you're less than a year old.
So you're relentless.
Yeah. My mom used to say when I was a little girl in Spanish, she said, eres bien macetona y terca, which is hard-headed and stubborn. And I think my husband could probably attest to that. But, it's just managing it. You have to think through what you're doing before you do it.
Okay, so they call you or you called them after the month?
I called them. I had it on my calendar.
And they remember you?
Yes. And they had excellent feedback for me. And the person, Kim, said, we like your product. We would love to bring them in. We're going to send you to corporate, to the regional buyer, to the one who's in charge. We're going to send them an email and you take it from there. Hence another show. I had to put on another show for this buyer because he's in charge of approving these companies. And it's not only me who's coming in with the product. He's dealing with hundreds of vendors. So how could I stand out in a sea of vendors? And that I did.
That's merit because, as you said, there are hundreds of people trying to pitch their products to Whole Foods.
Yes.
So is that luck again? I'm going to ask.
It could,
or preparation?
It's luck, preparation, but also, I think you touched on it earlier, it's being relentless in what you're doing. As the saying goes, out of sight, out of mind. So if I didn't follow up with them every other week, that buyer probably wouldn't know who I am in that sea of vendors. So I was very diligent with following up with them every 2 weeks without overbearing them.
Okay, so after that meeting with the regional buyer, what happened?
Well, he sent me all of the documentation. And to me, when he said, okay, well, welcome to Whole Foods, I was expecting, a handshake and you're in. And it doesn't always work out that way. It's not like the movies. So it was like, okay, I'm going to send you the documentation. Make sure you have it to me within a month or something like that, if I recall correctly.
So now we're talking 2 months.
Yeah, 2 months. So I opened up my email after everything was said and done, and I look at the stack of documents that I had to fill out. I was like, oh my God, what did I get myself into? You're talking about legal documentations.
Right. Did you get a lawyer?
No lawyer. I figured it out on my own by Googling and reaching out to people who already owned businesses. But here comes the other key component. Where are you going to get the funding to fund this dream?
You were a corporation at the moment or just a solo?
No, just a solo operating from a small corner in our garage.
Okay, so what do you do?
Well, first, I told my husband, I remember that day, he was cooking because he cooks really good food.
Oh, is that right?
Yes. I make soap, he cooks. And I said,
just don't mix it. Don't cook the soap. It doesn't be bad.
Making soap is similar to cooking. That's why I don't mind helping, with the soap.
Interesting.
Because it smells good. It looks good. It doesn't taste that good, but
hey, but your skin loves it.
But 2 out of 3, so
right.
Yeah, so he was cooking, and I said, "Oh, sweetie, guess what?" Just very casual. Yeah. So I just got approved at Whole Foods, and he looks at me, and he's like, "What?" And I go, "Yeah, congratulations." He's like, "Oh my God, how are we going to do this?" Because he's more of the analytical person.
Business.
Yeah, business. And that's what you need.
Right.
And for me, it's like, yay, let's create products. But where are we going to get the money for this?
Yeah, the order. Did they tell you how many soaps or bars or units you had to make or bring?
Well, at this time, before Amazon took over Whole Foods, they started a local vendor, which that's what we are, local as in the region, with maybe 5 store locations. But they gave me 13, which is already almost triple.
Start?
Yes.
That's awesome.
So I had no idea
Did
about...
they place a PO, like 20,000 bars or something? No,
It was completely different, which shocked me. It was each store is autonomous, which means that they either say yes or no to buying your product. So I had to physically go to each buyer and say, hey, this is what I have.
So you went to the 13 stores?
I did.
One by one?
Yes, I did.
And you had the same response, positive response in all of them?
Off the bat, I was able to secure minimum 10 stores. The 3 that were lagging were stores that were very, very small and didn't have space at that time. All of that changed, of course, but you start somewhere.
What did you find the common denominator in your visits to the stores? Your presentation, how did you dress up, or smiling, or what? Do you have a strategy after, the second store or something that you can share with us?
Yeah, well, I definitely did improve with every visit because you learn something new, but the strategy was the same off the bat. It was go in there with the best attitude, sell the product, the mission behind the product, and go in there again with the show. So I actually borrowed my son's, he had a little 4-wheel wagon. And I got this amazing thing from Michael's, and I decorated that, and I placed the soap there. So I would walk into the store pulling a cart full of soap. Yes.
That's amazing.
Remember that?
Yes, I remember.
And the buyers were like, whoa, plus I left them product to use.
Sure.
And out of those 10 that we did secure off the bat, probably 6 or 7 placed the order on the spot when I was there.
So let's rewind a little bit. How come soaps? I mean, you could do anything else. Why soaps?
I saw a need, and I was there to fill the need.
How do you see it?
Well,
the need.
When I walked into stores like Whole Foods, I noticed that the products that they did have available, that is what we do, were not what I wanted to put on my skin.
But why soaps?
It's something so simple to use that people use on an everyday basis that you're going to have customers coming back and back.
So
and
you
back.
went from human resources to making soaps.
Yes.
But my question, I'm trying to dig into your mental attitude toward the product. So why did you focus on soaps and jabones?
Well, it's something easy to make. It's something that people use all of the time. So when I had those 2 things, and plus there was a need and something that's really not that expensive upfront to make and to invest, why not? The only thing I had to do is learn how to make soap.
Yeah. Now, did you check out some other products, or you went just with that single one?
No, I did check out. Actually, the recipe that we have now took me 2 years to develop.
Now, my question is, did you try out probably selling shoes or pants or whatever?
Yes.
Or you went straight to soaps?
No. So you see my history, and thank you for clarifying that. prior to the soaps, I did start a lot of businesses in the past. I'm talking anything from selling at the swap meet. Yes, I did go sell